Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Brown family on Sister Wives has been embroiled in conflict and controversy over the Kody Pass property in recent years. But recently, they were able to sell it. The trip was difficult, and Mary, Janelle, and Kody had several arguments about it. Christine, Kody's third wife, on the other hand, was opposed to any involvement with the land. She therefore sold Kody her portion of the land in 2021 for just $10. Christine was not interested in dating Kody at that time. She really wanted to get out of the situation, even though she realized she was giving up a lot of money. It was made at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic and was a rash financial choice. She was ready to go. She had recently divorced Kody. Is the diva now second-guessing her choice? Find out by reading. Sister Wives. What was the Browns' Kody Pass property profit? The Sun says that the Brown family just sold their property near Kody Pass for approximately $1.5 million. In 4 stages, they sold it to a man and a woman. Each phase sold for roughly $305,000. Additionally, each of them made about $375,000 in profit. The money was evenly distributed by all of them. Mary and Janelle each held 25% of the share, while Kody and Robyn held 50%. The ex-wives are free to do as they please now that the home has been sold. Does Christine, one of the sister wives, regret giving up the Kody Pass property? In 2018, the Kody Pass property was purchased by Kody and the Brown family. Kody intended to construct a mansion for himself and 4 separate houses for his 4 wives. He wants all 18 of his children to share that property. But life had other ideas. Christine left him in 2021, and Janelle and Mary soon followed suit. Thus, none of the 5 homes ever saw daylight. Christine sold her property to Kody and Robyn for $10 when she broke up with him. She just wanted to leave the location at that point. After that, she relocated to Utah. The Brown family just sold the property for $1.5 million after much discussion. Kody made about $375,000 for each of the 4 equal portions of the land. The 4 members each generated a $170,000 profit. Does Christine feel bad about missing out on the money? Then? She undoubtedly made some concessions, but overall, it's not that horrible. For example, she agreed with Kody and Robyn that she would keep the proceeds from the sale of her Flagstaff house in exchange for the property. That house was bought by the whole family, but Christine kept the money. The gap in profit between the Flagstaff house and the Kody Pass land is definitely substantial, but that was quick money. Christine also had an easy time leaving Kody. She didn't have to wait for them to change their minds and sell the plot or engage in combat. In addition, Christine is doing well with her business empire and has moved on with her life. Therefore, she doesn't appear to have any regrets about her choice. For more information about Sister Wives, keep checking TV season spoilers. Robyn Brown and Kody Brown, 2 of the show's stars, were criticized for celebrating Garrison Brown's passing. In March 2024, Kody and Janelle lost their son. However, it doesn't seem to have had any impact on the couple's lives. Robyn Brown and Kody Brown celebrate Garrison's death. Fans were eager to see Sister Wives when it returned for its mid-season premiere on Sunday, April 20th. Janelle Brown's move to North Carolina marked the conclusion of the mid-season finale. She had purchased more than 150 acres of land and was starting a new adventure with her daughter, Maddie Brown Brush. Along for the voyage were Christine Brown Woolley and her husband, David. Robyn Brown and Kody Brown were lamenting the potential loss of Kody Pass. Garrison Brown died between the filming of the premiere and the finale. This was made clear by the fact that he was not included in the premiere but was addressed by Janelle in the finale. When Janelle first left Flagstaff, she said she was leaving Savannah, Garrison, and Gabe behind. But when she spoke of her children when she got to North Carolina, Garrison was left out. Aurora, Kody Brown's daughter, was then christened. Following that, Charles and Robyn Brown took their children to a joyous baptism meal. They were talking about how they were soulmates and had no worries in the world while grinning and laughing. But it looks like Aurora was christened in May 2024, 2 months after Garrison committed suicide. Kody's eyes showed no signs of sorrow or suffering. Sister Wives viewers were furious after witnessing this scenario and discovering how soon after Garrison's death it occurred. It was unsettling how casually Robyn Brown and Kody could continue living their lives. It also hurt a lot that he was only spending time with one side of his family while disregarding the suffering of his other kids and ex-wives. Viewers would only have objected to Kody and Robyn's annoying gushing if it hadn't been a hot minute. Since then, that has changed, and for good reason.
Start the bashing.
Sister Wives viewers were furious when it was disclosed that the celebration dinner and baptism took place only 2 months after Garrison's passing. They started berating Kody and Robyn Brown for their insensitivity right away as they were over them. After a tragedy, yes, life must carry on, but there's a thin line between grieving and utterly disregarding the situation. Kody proves us wrong just when you think he can't get any more heinous. It says everything about this egotistical jerk that Kody would film a scenario like this and pretend that everything in his life is beer and Skittles so soon after his son passed away. He is repulsive. It seemed to me that Garrison was already dead.
These folks don't feel ashamed.
They are soulless partners who are meant to be together. After his death, it had been known that the Brown family wanted Garrison kicked out of the season. Fans had anticipated, nevertheless, that it would be recognized in some way. Except for a brief lapse at the start of season 19, it hasn't even played a role. The cherry on top came when Kody and Robyn paraded their family and love during a meal. Kody believes that he was taken out of their life by more than just his wives. He gave his perspective on his distance from some of his older children in the October 6th episodes, explaining, "They're purposely leaving me out of their lives to punish me for a crime I did not commit. I am only guilty of not falling madly in love with their mothers." Furthermore, he added, he believes his ex-spouses share some of the responsibility. "This disparity in relationship with my children is specifically in my mind because of SD talk," he stated. "There's this whirlwind of disappointment from the family breaking up or whatever, and it's like, well, blame Dad. Dad screwed up." Although he bears some of the responsibility, he finds the name-calling offensive. Kody disclosed that one of his children replied to a text message saying, "You are a piece of trash. I would never speak to you again anyway." He notably mentioned that he was having trouble connecting with Hunter, Maddie, and Gabriel. "I've had one of my kids just say, 'You're an a-hole. I'm never talking to you again. You manipulated me and you brainwashed me,'" he said to cameras in a different incident. And he's unwilling to deal with that venom. He stated, "I'm not going to reach out forever," adding that he believes his parents ought to be doing more to make things right. "I'm willing to make the effort, but somebody else is going to have to be on the other end of that and make some effort too." Robyn found it extremely painful to witness Kody's alienation from his grown children. During the October 6th program, she said, "My parents got divorced when I was little. He lived with one wife in another city, and then my mom lived alone. I remember confronting my biological father saying, 'What happened?
Why?'
All he really did was just make a bunch of lame excuses as to why he wasn't there for me when I was young, and it just sucked." No, she wasn't going to let Kody's wounded sentiments prevent him from trying. During their heated on-camera confrontation in late 2022, she admitted, "I'm having a hard time feeling like losing respect for you a little bit." Kody also admitted that he might be doing more to improve his relationship with his children, but he insisted that he must first heal his heart. Claiming that certain of his children are colluding against me, he said, "I'm so angry about what has happened that if I talk to my kids, I'm worried that they'll trigger me with an accusation. I'm too hot-headed right now. All I'll do is more damage." When Janelle and Kody's oldest son Logan married his now-wife Michelle Petty in October 2022, a large portion of the family was present, but they weren't quite feeling the love. In the October 6th episode, Kody lamented to Robyn, "You saw Madison take her kids and scuttle them away from me," pointing out that his daughter had not informed him that she was pregnant her third child, Josephine, who was born in February 2023. "She never told me she was pregnant. Since they don't talk much, Maddie doesn't really tell her dad anything. Really, Maddie doesn't have any contact with him," Janelle clarified when asked why her daughter avoided Kody during the wedding. She is very protective of her children. Kody has not been there since Evie was born, and Evie's 3.5. And she didn't want him to just drop in and be like, "Oh, I'm your grandpa," and then be like, "What? Who is this guy? What does Kody think?" In reference to Maddie's life in North Carolina, he stated, "It's unrealistic expectation for grandparents to be in their grandchildren's lives all the time, especially if you move your children to an entirely different coast. In Flagstaff, I have a job and a life." One recurring issue is Kody's insistence on some kind of mea culpa, even though it's evident that he and his adult children have quite different perspectives on their continued separation. After the COVID scare was over and we all went back to our normal lives, we still couldn't reconcile as a family because Kody felt like the boys needed to give an apology to him and to Robyn, especially to Robyn. Janelle talked about her sons in the October 13th clip. And after it sort of morphed into this, well, they just need to come and talk to me. And the most precious person in this family who's given her heart and soul has been disrespected or some bull's tea like that, Janelle added, and I'm like, whatever, Kody. Kody's problem, she added, was that he believed his children had not been faithful to him. Yes, anything. The same was true for Gabriel, who told Janelle about a conversation he had with his father. He kept phrasing it like I owed him an apology, he said, and finally I was just like, hey, unless you're actually ready to have a relationship and fix things, then we're not going to talk anymore. He returned a few days later and texted me. He says, "Hey, I've been looking at what you've been saying." I said, "I forgive you. Please forgive me." I said, "What have you forgiven me for?" It's not frequently, but every couple months he'll call and they'll go out. Janelle explained in the October 13th episode, referring to Kody's relationship with his youngest of the 6 children he shares with Janelle. The rest of the kids don't really have much of any kind of connection with him. Savannah, who graduated from high school in 2023, feels that her 4 older brothers have assumed the position of a father figure. The girl has even admitted to Janelle that she hopes to have her siblings marry her. "He's going to be kind of that dad who shows up and we have a lot of fun, and then he's gone," Janelle explained. "I've talked to Savannah about it and she's like, look, I just have come to realize that this is who he is. Wherever he is, I can meet him. It's all right." But Janelle is less understanding. "Look, I've seen this happen," she bemoaned, "and I'm just so frustrated with Kody. Over the years, I've dealt with a number of ladies who are divorced, and the father simply disappears with the children. Gabriel took it very hard because Kody was someone who would take Gabriel with him on business trips," Janelle said early in their father-son conflict. "Kody was a totally engaged father until the last few years. I told Dad that if he doesn't change and he can't take accountability, then I just won't ever see him again," Gabriel stated in the October 13th episode, despite his feelings of confusion over what he did to enrage his father. "And that's totally fine with me. He's at peace that his dad is not in his life," Janelle said. "That's what I wish for all of my children, you know. And I believe they're all arriving." Kody, for his part, seemed to be accepting of the circumstances. In a confessional, he said, "I've tried to reach out to Gabriel several times, but have been turned down. I'm really sorry that he feels that way. However, it wasn't because I didn't try." Despite being the final wife to divorce Kody, Meri formally ended their relationship in late 2022 by asking for and getting what their church refers to as a release on the basis of abandonment. On the October 13th episode, she said, "I know he doesn't like that word because he doesn't feel like he abandoned me. I believe that he did." She believes that he essentially disregarded her until she decided to go so that he could say, "My hands are clean." Furthermore, Kody acknowledged that he had a small plan. "I had moved on a long time ago," he said in a confessional. "But let's be honest, I was scared of what she would do if I pulled off that band-aid. It's because Meri has never been faithful to me. I've been concerned about that. It's merely a matter of reputation, as being divorced ruins your reputation." Meri claimed that instead, it was hers that was being damaged. "It's really just sad that Kody's talking about our marriage the way that he's talking about it," she stated. "It feels like the narrative has changed with him, but the things that he's saying about me to other people and the people are believing are not true." Thanks to an exercise suggested by their marital and family therapist in Las Vegas, Christina discovered years before she and Kody parted ways that they weren't a good fit on paper. During the October 20th episode, Christine disclosed that Kody wasn't any of the qualities on the list. I told him the list, and he's like, "I'm not any of those things for you." I said, "No, you're not." Christine wrote down that she was looking for a good communicator, someone who would be present in her and her children's lives, and someone who was attracted to her. She rapidly realized that her now-husband David Woolley was her soulmate, in part because of the missive. She raved about the widower father of 8, saying, "He has owned his own drywall business, and his family is his most important thing. He is known for being straightforward and honest with others, and he is an excellent communicator." Sister Wives shocker. Christine regrets selling Kody Pass property for just $10. It was sold for $1.5 million. Introduction. The shocking $10 sale that haunts Christine Brown. Christine Brown's decision to sell her Kody Pass property for a mere $10 has left fans reeling, especially considering it was later sold for an astounding $1.5 million. What led to this shocking transaction? Was it desperation? A rush decision? Or did Christine have other reasons for letting go of such valuable land for next to nothing? In this explosive article, we dive deep into the events surrounding the controversial sale and examine why Christine now regrets her decision. From the emotional turmoil Christine experienced during the sale to the far-reaching consequences for the Brown family, this article reveals everything you need to know about the Kody Pass property deal that has everyone talking. Was Christine taken advantage of, or was there something more sinister at play? Chapter 1. The Kody Pass Controversy. What really happened? Before we delve into Christine's regret, it's essential to understand the significance of Kody Pass and its role in the Brown family saga. This chapter will explain the history of the property, how it became a symbol of the family's future plans, and why Christine's decision to sell it has raised so many eyebrows. How did Kody Pass become such a contentious issue? What role did Kody Brown play in the initial plans for the property? This chapter sets the stage for the drama and lays out the complexities of the real estate deal. Chapter 2. Christine's struggles and the emotional weight behind the sale. Christine Brown has long been the heart and soul of the Brown family, but her emotional journey through the Kody Pass deal was not an easy one. In this chapter, we explore Christine's personal struggles leading up to the sale. Was she pressured by Kody, feeling isolated and unsupported? Or was she simply desperate to move on from her marriage to Kody and his other wives? This chapter reveals the emotional toll Christine endured as she made what would turn out to be one of the biggest mistakes of her life. Fans will gain insight into her feelings of betrayal and regret, knowing that her decision to sell for such a low price could have long-lasting consequences. Chapter 3. A $10 sale. What was Christine thinking? Selling the property for only $10 seemed like an absurd decision at the time, and it's no wonder that fans questioned Christine's motives. Was she simply trying to get out of a bad situation, or was there more to the deal than met the eye? What was Christine's state of mind when she agreed to this jaw-dropping sale? Was she manipulated, or did she make the decision willingly? This chapter explores the factors that may have influenced her decision. We'll dig into the possibility of financial stress, personal turmoil, and the complex dynamics between Kody, the wives, and the land. Did Christine truly understand the property's worth? Or did she feel cornered into a regrettable decision? Chapter 4. The $1.5 million sale. How it happened and what it means for Christine. Fast forward to the shocking moment when the Kody Pass property was later sold for $1.5 million. What led to this windfall for the new buyers, and how did it all unfold? This chapter will provide the timeline of events that led to the resale of the property at such a drastically higher price. Was Christine unaware of its value when she sold it for $10? Or did she have a different vision for her future, one that didn't include this piece of land? We'll also dive into the motivations behind the buyer's interest in the property, as well as the hidden deals and negotiations that went down behind closed doors. Chapter 5. Christine's regret. Is she ready to confront her past? Now that Christine knows the true value of the property, her regret is palpable. In this chapter, We explore Christine's emotional journey as she processes the sale and comes to terms with the fact that she gave up a fortune for next to nothing. Was this a wake-up call for Christine? Does she feel betrayed by Kody, the other wives, or even herself for making such a drastic decision? Christine's remorse is undeniable, but what does this mean for her future and her relationship with Kody and the family? Fans are left wondering whether Christine will ever truly move past this moment and rebuild her life, both emotionally and financially. Chapter 6. Kody's role. Did he influence Christine's decision? Kody Brown's involvement in the Coyote Pass property deal is a major point of contention for Christine. This chapter delves deep into the possibility that Kody played a significant role in pushing Christine into the sale. Did Kody pressure her into selling the land for such a low price? Was there a deeper reason why Kody would want to rid himself of the property so quickly? Fans have long speculated about Kody's role in the Brown family's financial decisions, and in this chapter, we break down how his actions may have impacted Christine's choices. Chapter 7. Financial Fallout. The price of Christine's regret. Christine may regret selling Coyote Pass, but the financial fallout from her decision doesn't just affect her, it has long-lasting consequences for the entire Brown family. This chapter examines the ripple effect of Christine's sale on the family's finances, future plans, and even their relationships.